Sometimes the natural world is not only amazing, but it is odd and strange. Ecosystems that belong to millions of years ago, and mysterious forms, with vistas that are superb and magnificent. But what is so special about these regions, and what natural forces were involved in their formation? Almost in the middle of Bushehr Province, in the southern part of the Zagros mountain range, and between the cities of Dashti and Dayer, there are the famous salt domes of Joshak that shelter millions of years of history under their white and salty surface. This strange mountainous area is considered to have the largest and most beautiful salt domes of Iran and the Middle East. This natural reserve is the setting for several attractions such as valleys, caves, and waterfalls. I would say the most impressive are the salt waterfalls, where you get the feeling of walking through an unfrozen snow. It is quite difficult to get here and to visit all these amazing features of this area. But remember, no pain, no gain. Back in the old days, people believed that salt caves can cure respiratory disease and breathing problem. I'm not 100% sure if this is true or not, but what I'm certain about is that this place makes me feel so relaxed and calm. And I'm not sure if that has to do anything with breathing or not. Nowadays, it has become very trendy that some luxury spas and resorts provide such a facility, of course, artificial and man-made salt caves. So their customers can go there, get some good energy, relax, and maybe get cured. They have to pay a lot for that. But nature has given us this place for free, so enjoy it. In nature, you can find everything from healing and medicine to beauty and serenity. Another surprising characteristic of this reserve is rocks with colorful mineral layers. It looks like a rainbow painted on a rock surface. Of course, you can't find any plant or flower in this salty natural reserve, but the striking flower-shaped salt crystals that are decorating the surface of the water will do the job. Nature is the greatest and the most talented artist. It just needs time, I mean plenty of time, to make things like this incredible and mesmerizing landscape. It's like an ocean of yardangs and rock formations right across the Persian Gulf.
اینجا که ما وایسادیم این کلات دوسریه، معروف به کلات دوسری که پناهگاه دوم است در سال 1915 که کانون جنگ بوده. رئیس علی سردار بزرگ جنوب خاندانش رو میاره تو همین کلات دوسری، بهشون پناه میده که در امان باشن، که در تیرس به حساب دشمن نباشن.
Rais Ali Delvari was a national hero who organized a resistance movement against British troops who had invaded some coastal cities and towns of southern Iran in 1950. To visit these yardangs is to contemplate a landscape of another world, with formations that can entertain you for hours and hours. In this journey, you need a local guide to show you every corner of this unique landscape and to be able to fully explore this ochre paradise.
دوران کودکی خب ما بچه که بودیم بهترین تفریحمون همین جا بوده، یعنی جای دیگه ما دریا داشتیم، کوه داشتیم، جنگل داشتیم، ولی خب به شخصه خودم علاقه خاصی به این کلوتا دارم، به خاطر اون اشکالی که میتونم باشون ارتباط برقرار کنم، میتونم باشون صحبت کنم.
The appealing weather, the pleasing blue sky of the coastline with fluffy clouds, the majestic yardangs of Delvar, and the amazing rock formations of the southern part of Iran by the Persian Gulf provide our country, and specifically Bushehr Province, with one of the world's most diverse natural landscapes. Shahriyar Azimi for Iran.
Garmsar, or the Shining Star of Iran, is one of the western cities of the vast desert area of Semnan Province, an ancient city dating back to several thousand years ago, a land that's filled with both natural and historic attractions. Garmsar is also considered to be one of the habitats of the Asiatic cheetahs and Persian leopards, a habitat that houses more than these extremely endangered species, and is also home to flowing rivers and springs that stream from the heights of Damavand Mountain. In the old days, Garmsar was known as Khar for two main reasons. One reason being that Garmsar had a low elevation in comparison to its surrounding areas and deserts, and two, this name was taken from the Book of Avesta, the Zoroastrians' primary collection of religious texts, in which Khar is one of the 16 mentioned lands. After the warmongerings of the Mongols in Iran, Garmsar, which was one of the important cities of the time, suffered terribly. But even after all of that, there are some historic buildings that are still left standing, including the Black Mountain region, or Siyaku in Farsi, and Kabir National Park that are one of the eldest preserved areas in Iran. A couple of caravanserais, a palace, and even traditional water reservoirs and old baths that were renovated and given a new lease of life thanks to the efforts of the locals under the guidance of Semnan's Cultural Heritage Organization. Today, however, we have another attraction in Minefield. The outer form of these holes look as if they were hand-dug caves. There are dark-coloured salt stones at the entrance of the different tunnels, and as we move forward, the colours of the rocks become lighter and lighter. Many salt droplets, like sharp spears hanging from the ceiling, have created a rather pleasing sight for the eyes. Droplets that, although young, have waited many years to form. In this cave, the salt columns with heights of about 12 meters add to the beauty of this artificial attraction. Salt rock has many therapeutic properties that can be useful in treating some physical and sometimes mental illnesses, making these mines ideal for health tourism in view of their over 98% purity rate. Because of the cultivation of cotton in this area, Garmsar has come to be known as the pole of cotton production in the province. To make production even more efficient, a factory was built in Garmsar during the First Pahlavi era for the processing of cotton in an area of about 300 square meters. A large part of the cotton factory was allocated to cotton storage, and each village had its own warehouse. Valves were installed at the top of each warehouse to be used by the machines to suck in the cotton. During the same years, a cotton cleaner machine was bought for Garmsar's cotton factory from Germany. This machine had a suction pipe that pulled cotton from inside the storage vein and during the operation separated the cotton from its seeds. As you walk through the different areas of the factory, one of the things that catches your eye is that the machinery and the structure are one and the same. During construction, the machinery were installed so that the building would support them. All of these machines are directly connected to the infrastructure to reduce noise pollution. This cotton factory continued to operate up until recent years, but after its transfer to the private sector, it was turned into the Garden Museum of Science and Technology.